Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the podcast. I just finished listening to the last episode. I don't know if I'm going to, re-watch every single one of my uploads. Honestly, I probably will. But I can confirm that I do sound a whole lot less obnoxious, in my opinion. I think I'm going to try and not walk around too much. And if I do, I'm just going to have to, hold my phone because I feel bad because not only do I, start a topic and then stop and then start another topic, then go back to the original topic, I'm also, fading in and out and laughing and doing my weird, I did say I have a speech impediment. And I don't know if it's, also part of my speech impediment or if it's, a separate thing, but I've always had that thing. You definitely hear it. You hear it 100%. And it's weird because I actually cannot hear myself do it, so it's not something that I'm, able to not do because I don't hear it at all. At all. I've never been able to hear it my whole life. I only ever hear it when I hear myself back in recordings. Or I, or somebody, points it out of, the hook. It's hard. It's hard for me to recreate it because it just happens and I can't hear it for some reason. And I'm sure you're like, how do you not hear that? I don't know. I don't know how I don't hear that, but I literally I don't hear it at all. Also, I feel like there's something in the back of my throat, mucus, but not enough to be, phlegm. I don't know how to describe it. But I laugh a lot less, which is good. Not that it's, bad to laugh, but I feel like I laugh, way, way, way too much. Way too much. Too much laughter. Too much laughter that's hard to even, really understand what I'm even trying to say. Especially when I talk. I talk fast, and then I'm walking around like crazy, and then I have the weird laugh, hug thing. And just, at some point, you can't even, hear what I'm talking about. Again, this is just, an experiment. This is so unserious, and there's nobody even fucking watching this. So, if you so happen to stumble across this and you're not already in my life somehow, that's crazy. But, I was also thinking, so many of my, stories or my thoughts and opinions on, people that I know. And, I don't know, I think you should have thoughts and opinions, positive and negative, about everybody. I'm sure everyone that I talk to has negative thoughts about me. Posting it publicly on the internet is one thing, obviously, but then, it's nothing that I wouldn't feel comfortable saying to their face. I guess it would just be kind of awkward. And I'm sure, you can't talk about me on your podcast. It's 0 fucking views. Because you're making me look bad. We'll talk about the good and the bad. I'm sure you have 101 bad experiences with me. Talk about it. Put it online. I don't care. It's fun. Then I'll respond. And then we can have internet drama. That'd be so awesome. Let's do it. But I don't know. I was just having that thought because I finally uploaded today. Both episodes. So funny because the second episode I talk about uploading and I'm like, oh, I'm going to do it eventually. I don't even know. Of course, that was the second episode. So I think I'm just going to post there's going to be 3 uploads today. Because I already recorded, I'm going to kind of try and do this every day. Don't expect it every day. I think in the description, no, because I had to redo it again today, 3rd time, trying to fucking upload onto Spotify Creator. Finally, now that it's all uploaded, it's going to stay. But before I actually posted any of the videos or the podcast, whatever, the audio clips, it was kind of a 3-step process type of, when you make a new account on Instagram and it's enhance your account or something like that. And it's you're halfway there, a little checklist with the circle halfway completed. And it's last step, just upload your video. But then you go and log back in and another thing that I do not like about Spotify Creator the website, because I don't even want to go back on the app because it pissed me off so bad yet, you know, maybe we'll get there. But it was like, oh, I just lost my train of thought. Spot our creator on the website. This is what happens when you don't have a script. That's why YouTubers have scripts and podcasters, or at least somebody else to talk to like keep them on track. When you're just alone by yourself in like your living room, stuff kind of just floats away. But with the website, I don't know. It's just obnoxious, honestly. I think in the original description, it was something about being uploads weekly, and that's just kind of to be like not committing to a full seven days a week schedule, because I probably cannot commit to that, because that's a little crazy. It's fun to do, though. It is fun to do. It's fun to just unwind and talk about your day, and then it kind of like helps you remember your days better in a way, because like when I re-listen to them, like I remember every single moment of where was I in my pacing when I said this type of thing. But yes, it is my day off. Yesterday was my last day at work. It honestly not as emotional as I thought it was going to be at the end. Again, just because not a lot of people even knew it was my last day. My managers gave me a $25 Five Below gift card, which I thought was really awesome, because they didn't even know I liked Five Below. But they just knew. They didn't know, but they knew. And I went to Five Below yesterday, and I forgot to bring it. Nah. Nah. And then I spent $40. And I was like, how does it $40? What exactly made that the 40? I was thinking 35. But I got the shorts. And the shorts are kind of like, whatever. They're cute, though. I was like, I'm counting my 5, 10, 15. Where's the 4? Not at the register. Oh, my God, not at the register. At the register, it's like, I mean, I definitely give the pin pad a look with my total, like, but, I don't understand if people are rude to cashiers and stuff. Like, you're the one who, but it really gets to me sometimes. It really does, just how people act and treat poor workers in public, and they think they have I mean, people just treat service workers like shit because they know there's no like real oh my God, I'm just losing my train of thought all over the fucking place. Like, this is going to be a terrible episode. Honestly, I might just record this later, because nothing's really happened to me today, and I can't keep my train of thought because, I don't know, I'm having issues. It's like caffeine. By the way, did not buy coffee. Don't have it yet. Yeah. The withdrawals are happening actively. Just so you know. That's my life right now. But, besides any issues that I have as Spotify creator, all the different things that I am not a fan of, I am on Spotify now and YouTube, and I have all my profiles set up, and I have a Facebook page. What are we going to post on Facebook? I don't fucking know. Whoever wants to be part of the Facebook gang, because it's going to be crazy on there, go follow all of it's Jingo Bingo. You know, nobody took that yet. But it's so funny, because I'm like listening to these podcast episodes back, and I'm like, I don't actually finish any story except for the Kava Bar one. Like, everything was kind of just left on, it's all a hook, a cliffhanger, not a hook hanger. Jesus Christ. Obviously it's still early I've been up since fucking 7 a.m, but I guess it's still early for me because I haven't had a very productive morning. Yeah, I'm going to New Jersey pretty soon. Me and my best friend Katie and her boyfriend Jake, who are tuning into the podcast, and I did kind of talk smack about him. That's how I kind of started thinking, and then I was like, oh, maybe I should tell my other friend that I also talked smack about on the podcast about it. And I was like, actually, maybe I just don't tell anybody about the podcast, because I keep talking smack about everybody. But it's not like talking smack. I mean, listen, it's nothing that I wouldn't say to their face. It's nothing I wouldn't say to their face. I try to be nice. I really do. But Like, nobody's fucking perfect. Nobody's fucking perfect, but everyone's allowed to have an opinion about you. I'm not fucking perfect. People can say whatever they want about me. They're allowed to have their opinions. That's fine. I don't care. I mean, I hope we can debate it. You know what I mean? Like, if you're going to say something about somebody and they say something back, you better have a comeback. Like, if they want to say anything about me, I would have a comeback for it. I don't know. I'm just kind of, like, on that because I'm, like, thinking, holy shit, this is going to start fights. This is going to start fights or whatever, but I just got to remind myself, like, am I comfortable enough to say that to them? And I think I am, you know, with my one, I know. And I also said just, like, my ex-best friend, and then I talk about my other ex-best friend, and I'm like, I sound like the problematic person, which I am a little problematic. That's okay. Listen, self-awareness sets you free. It does. It does. But two different people, I should preference. They are two different people. We're going to have to think of nicknames. We're going to have to think of nicknames because I'm not going to use their real names because that's going to be way too on the nose. And, like, I feel like I've already exposed so much about my private life right off the back. But it's like, again, who the actual fuck is watching this? Who's watching this? Nobody, because nobody fucking cares. And that's completely okay. I'm not doing it for everybody else. I'm doing it because I want to do it. And I think it's funny. I'm doing it for the gag of it all. But, like, okay, I've already exposed myself so much. Like, I mean, not expose other people. Like, this is where I live. This is where I work. This is, like, Jesus Christ. Shut the fuck up. I mean, I can just delete the episodes. But, like, still. Shut the fuck up. Stop talking. My grandma worked. Oh, my God. I'm going to get killed. But it's like, I don't know. It adds context to the story. It does. But, okay, nicknames. Also, intro. I want to steal Peter Mon's, but, like, I'm not going to steal from Peter Mon because I love him. But it's such a good hello. I'm just, hello, everybody. That's Markiplier, so you can't do that. We got to think of something unique. We got to be different. We got to be unlike the rest. We got to come out, pop out, show out, get your dicks out. Don't. But if you do, it happens. Is that going to be the intro? Pop out, show out, get your dicks out. But see, that makes it sound like I like the penis, and I really don't. I think the first time I ever had come in contact with one, it was a eye-opening moment for me, and it just, the world finally made sense of, like, the reason that men think they're so much better than women is because they're jealous that they don't have vaginas, because a penis is disgusting. I think it's disgusting to look at. I think it's disgusting to touch. I think it's disgusting to be proud of having that. I would never be proud. I'd be very ashamed. I would. You know what? I hate men. I'm not going to hide it. I don't care. I do not care if men hate me because I hate them. Good. Stay away from me and keep that thing away from me as well. And I was like, women are the dominant species because that is an alien attached to your body. And I think it has to go. I don't know about the science behind all that, but it just has to go. And I mean, it sounds extreme. And let it be. Just let it be extreme. I don't care. Ugh, hate men. As I'm watching a man on my TV. I'm such a hypocrite. It's okay. And it's so funny. So actually yesterday I said I was going to the movies with my friend Erin. Actually did not end up, we went to the movie, but we did not buy our tickets beforehand. So we're going to buy them there, which I do all the time because, like, nobody ever goes to the fucking movies. Well, they do on a Friday. I always forget what fucking day it is. They definitely do on Friday. The movie theater is sold out. When is the last time you've heard of a fucking movie theater being sold out in 2026? Well, come over to my movie theater, and I guess they're giving away fucking free crack when you go in. Everybody's there. Everybody's there to get their free little bump of crack. That's why the movie theater sold out. And unfortunately, I couldn't get in because didn't hear about the crack soon enough. I didn't. It's unfortunate. I don't really even know where I'm going with this episode. I'm going to try and, like, maybe break this up. I got a video editor. That's how it's uploaded onto YouTube. Which I think you could just do that maybe you can. I think there's also, like, YouTube editor something. I don't know. This is a whole new world for me, and it's just like my baby steps, my itty bitty little teeny tiny baby steps in the world of the online creator of it all. And I feel like I'm always gonna have to make preference on like why I kind of talk funny, because I kind of do talk funny, and it's a little bit obnoxious, and it makes me sound like, I'm not gonna say that, but I don't know, it makes me sound bad. Like, even when I do that, like the shut the fuck up. Oh my god, like I hate that. I hate that. If you hate that, I hate that too. No, I hate it more. No, I hate it more because it's me, and it's hard for me to break the habit, because when I just laugh or whatever, in my head, when I do it and when I hear it, actively doing it, it's like funny, relatable, whatever. But like, I don't know. I don't have like a cute girly voice. It's like, it's bad. No, it's actually kind of bad. So yeah, I have that going for me right now. Something that, new insecurity that I can just dwell on. Yippee. And then like, I don't know, I don't want to sound like a fucking idiot. So when I like lose my train of thought and I like can't remember like what word I want to use, I'm like, oh my god, everyone's gonna think that I'm like a dumbass. I was rereading my album this morning, which I haven't done that in a long time. And my rereading of my albums is me like doing the whole thing, like singing the song or whatever. And it was my album. It was called OIO Junction. And everyone who's ever heard that title is like EIEIO or Ohio Junction. That was a big one by everybody. Like 4 people, maybe, maximum. Not a lot going on in that aspect. I was just supposed to go on a date today, and I don't know. There's nothing wrong with there's nothing, it's not them, it's me. I haven't replied to them since Wednesday. I am like a chronic unreplier. Do not text me, because, and expect, my list of people that I will text back immediately, or at least not leave them on read for days, is like my mom, Katie. That's kind of, even grandma gets left on scene. I have such a problem with replying to people. I don't know, for me it's a little draining for some reason. I don't even know why, because like I feel like me doing this isn't draining at all, but replying to people's text is draining. And it's like, I'm not like, ugh, I'm so tired now to reply to that text. Like, it's not stupid like that. It's like more emotionally draining, but I don't even fucking know why. And then I did read on Google, which, super reliable source, that it's like an ADHD thing. Like, me listening to my own podcast talk about ADHD and how I could possibly have it, and then just the whole hour situation, I was like, yeah, this is the most ADHD thing I've ever done in my entire life. And it, also just being on my break from work, when I'm at work, I feel like I'm so hyped up. I haven't done I like to say diddly squat. Deal with it. I don't care. I say diddly squat. I haven't done diddly squat today. Yet. That's why I'm thinking I'm going to break this up so I can, keep y'all's posted about everything going on. Of course, now we're already at the fucking 19-minute mark. Lord have mercy. God, can I just talk and talk and talk and talk? I could talk to a wall, which is basically what I'm doing right now, is talking to a wall. And I was like, it's actually kind of fun to listen to, because I can, hear myself talk, but I'm not actively talking. It's kind of fun. Ugh. Back when I used to think that I was, a narcissist. Which, I don't know. Does a narcissist know that they're a narcissist? Who knows? But, yeah, nothing wrong with this person that I was supposed to go on a date with. But after you don't reply, and then I'll put off replying for whatever reason, but then it becomes too long, and then it becomes awkward, and then, I don't know, I just chronically ghost people. She seemed cool, a little boring. And then there's the other girl that I was talking to online, and she seems really fun, but I think if I just, like, saw her out on the street, I wouldn't go for her initially. But I don't know, her personality's really fun, that's what you should go for anyways. Like, is personality over looks, always, because that's what matters. And I fear that people do not think about that quite enough. If they make you happy and you get along with them, that's what matters at the end of the day. Whatever somebody looks like. And, like, looks are so unimportant in the grand scheme of everything, because you never know what could possibly happen to you. Like, you could become your face, your body, you could become disabled, you could become disfigured, like, you could be in a car accident, you could be in a, like, so you could trip and fall on your fucking face, and then that permanently disfigured, like, something stupid like that. And it sounds crazy, but, like, literally, and I talk about this quite often with, like, my brother, of, like, anything is possible. Anything. And I don't think people talk about that enough or realize it, of, like, using my free will. That's been, like, a thing I've been seeing on, like, using my free will. And I kind of had, like, a free will realization before it became a thing online, but it's true. Like, absolutely anything is possible. Absolutely anything. And I feel like people get so stuck in the cycle of wake up, go to work, come home, eat dinner, go to bed, repeat 5 days a week, and then you have 2 days to, like, maybe have fun one day and do house chores the other day, and you just get caught in that cycle. And then, you know, if you follow, like, what society tells you to do, like, get married to a man if you're a woman, have at least 2 kids, and do that, get old, retire, maybe travel to Italy, die. Like, that's just, and so many people get sucked into it. Less, I feel like, in our generation, like Gen Z, and even the generation after us, what is that? The little Gen Alphas. I think Gen Alpha's gonna be kind of a dud. I think they're gonna be like millennials, which is another dud. There are some millennial things that I am a fan of, but I kind of low-key hate millennials. Another cancelable moment. Millennial humor pisses me off so bad, and I kind of hate all of them. There's very, very, very few millennials that I do like. I can probably count them on one hand, but they all kind of just have, like, millennial even the best millennial still has a little bit of that, like, millennial humor undertone, and it makes me angry. Very angry. I always feel like anger is my prime emotion for some reason. I think hate is the strongest emotion, because nothing bonds people together more than hate. And I feel like that could come off as, like, bad, but hate can be used for good. You know what I mean? Like, you can hate bad. Like, there's so many terrible wrong things. I'm in a rocking, reclining chair, by the way. That's that noise you're hearing. Oh my God, yesterday with the podcast, it was like so many fucking sounds are happening. It was like getting ice, getting water, coming home, driving. It's like, this is terrible. This is why people sit down for podcasts. It's like, what the fuck is going on? And like, I know what's happening in the video because I lived it. These poor billions of views that I'm getting, they're all like, what is happening? But I really don't want to be sitting here for too long, because but like that, I just can talk and talk and talk and talk. I can just talk forever and never stop talking. But back to, I hate millennials. I feel like Gen Alpha sucks because millennials are their parents. I think anyone in Gen Z, and Gen Z really isn't having a lot of kids. I think anyone in Gen Z who does have kids, that generation, whatever they are, I'm not quite sure what they're called, if they're called something yet, because Gen Z just kind of recently started having kids, that they're going to be much better off than the Gen Alpha. Much better off. But I don't know, you get so stuck in what society tells you to do and like capitalist corporate America and all that, like you forget that you do have free will and you can do whatever the fuck you want. And and just getting brainwashed to blend in with society or whatever, you forget that you can be your own free person. And like I could get in my car fucking right now, put gas in it, and then drive to the fucking Keys, like right now. I could. That'd be crazy, and I'm not planned or prepared for it, but like I just could. And I don't think people think about that enough. And I think the world would be a much scarier but much more fun place if everyone acted on their crazy free will thoughts, because you can do whatever you want. And even like, and I'm sure this is like how serial killers begin, because they're like, wait a second, I can do literally whatever I want. Okay, like when I say you can do whatever you want, like don't kill people, because that's just wrong. You can do whatever you want, but you should still have morals. I should preference that. But and anything can happen to you. That's why I always feel like how somebody looks doesn't really matter that much. I mean, like stupid shit, I think hygiene is different than somebody's like appearance. Like you have to be able to differentiate the two, obviously. Like if you can't do that, then maybe you're not mature enough to be in a relationship. But if somebody's not taking care of themselves, that's one thing. If you don't like them just because, like if you get along awesome personality-wise, then that's your person. Like, well, they're not really like my type visually. And it's for anything that's like, but they're, at the same hygienic level that you are, because everybody has different standards of what hygiene is. Unfortunately. I don't know. And then, I don't know about this date thing. It's completely like two different people though. One of them, we're going to call them B, and the other one we're going to call A. Person B was the person I was supposed to be going on a date with. And it's funny because their name starts with a B and A, so this kind of works. But it's just I think I don't really want to date somebody who's younger than me. I just don't, because then I feel like I have to be the responsible adult in the relationship, and I just don't have that in me. And then I remember yesterday I talked all about freedom and wanting to be free, and I'm a free person now, and nobody's gonna tie me down, yada yada yada. And like then I go on a date and it's like and I hate going on dates with new people. In general, I've never been on a good date, ever in my entire fucking life have I ever been on I've been on multiple dates. Every single one of them is bad. It's so bad. I mean, I know I'm picking the people out, but like, I feel like by now I should have at least had one good one. But I don't know. I'm getting older, and as they did say with Smash Mouth, the years start coming and they don't stop coming. Like, I turned 18 and then I blinked and now I'm almost 23. And I'm like turning 23 pretty soon. July 26. Be there or be square. And I've never really been in a relationship. I've always had just like weird erratic. Is it homoerotic or homosexual? Let's just say homosexual. Like, I don't even fucking care. Tension friendships with like multiple women throughout my youth, and then like my one 30-year-old boyfriend, which lasted like, I think we broke up on our 3-month anniversary. It was quite short-lived. And then, my thing with my ex-best friend who screws me over, and the ex-best friend who doesn't screw me over. The one who did screw me over, definitely was not searching around when I was around her, because I was like infatuated with the concept of being in a relationship with her. And then I don't know. I feel like my time is running out a little bit with being in a relationship, which I know it's not, but I just kind of feel like it is. Like, I have to make a decision. Like, am I going to be with somebody, or am I going to walk this world alone? Make it now. And for some reason, it's challenging for me to really see myself with anybody. And I feel like it's because I've been alone forever, and like, not alone in like a depressing way, but I'm just very self-efficient. I'm very independent. You know, I pay for all of my own things, all of my own bills. I work 40 hours a week, which takes a lot of... I don't understand how people can have 2 full-time jobs. I mean, I'm terrible at time management, obviously, but it's just not the life I want to live. It's just not. I don't want to work like crazy. I don't want it to stress me out. I don't want to age me. I want as little stress and commitment in my life as possible. Like, as little. I just want to be a free birdie with nothing, no cage to lock me inside of. And, you know, I don't want kids. I don't really want to be married. And then just meeting people from dating apps, it just fucking sucks. Like, I wish I could just find somebody in my real life. Like, I don't... Not that dating apps isn't real life, but it's just... I don't love it. I wish we didn't have to do it as much as society. It broadens, like, your scope of people that you can be with like online dating or whatever, or like shows you people you might not have initially gone for. But dating apps has also become so normalized in our society that making, like, flirting with somebody or asking for somebody's number in real life, it doesn't really happen anymore. Going to the club and meeting somebody doesn't, or like a bar, or like anything. It just doesn't happen as much, because now with social media and dating apps and all that other bullshit, like, there's so much widespread social anxiety about just going up to somebody and say, like, I can't do it. I can't. Like, that's terrifying. I don't think I'll ever be able to do that. I wish I could. Like, hopefully, maybe one day, but just right now, I can't do it. And it will only get easier if you try. I know. I should try. I'll think about it. But I always have thoughts about, like, moving out of my fucking hometown, which don't we all want to do that? And I just wish the economy was better. If the economy was better, my life would be so much better. All of our lives would be so much better. Everybody's struggling. Everybody's suffering. Nobody's fucking happy like this. I mean, I'm not depressed anymore because of my newfound freedom, whatever. But, like, it's hard not to be distraught, and, you know, you just feel stuck. I feel stuck all the time. I could, but it's like, do you stay and be comfortable-ish? Life kind of blows slightly, but, you know, at least there's a roof over your head, and, you know, you have that safety net or that security that you're going to have food and shelter, which every single person on the planet wants. Or do you, like, risk it all and then potentially end up homeless or struggling and working 3 jobs or 2 jobs or whatever to make ends meet? Like, but you're free, you know, you're a free person, and life still blows, but at least you're completely free. And it's like, I want to move out of my parents' house just as bad as the next person would, but I just wish it was less of a financial fucking hoop to jump through. It's like, I do have a lot of money in my savings account, but it goes so fast. I mean, every single fucking store you go into now, like, somehow, why are you constantly spending $50 at the store? Why is a block of cheese $5 Why is, like, 2 apples also $5? Why is everything $5 at the store? Minimum price for everything is $5. Like, God, fucking Trump just needs to die. I don't know how it's gonna happen. I don't know. I mean, let's be honest here. Trump is merely just, he sucks. He sucks. I fucking hate him. I wish him nothing but the worst all the time. But if you voted for him, I wish nothing but the worst for you as well. But he's just merely the face behind everything. Like, there's a whole team. All of the government's corrupt. Him dying only solves, a handful of problems. Maybe. Because then J.D. Vance would become president. So then he would have to die too. So many people just need to not be in the government for anything to get remotely better. Like, Trump, just keeling over is not going to solve all of our fucking problems. It would be awesome. I mean, would I celebrate? Absolutely. We're going to throw a fucking party. That's going to be an awesome podcast episode. But really thinking about it, I mean, how many problems do we actually think that's going to solve when J.D. Vance just becomes president right afterwards? And then the whole Trump administration is going to have a whole memorial, and then they're going to make a fucking movie, a documentary, whatever, and then Melania is going to, she already had her movie, now we're going to have part 2, and who saw that? Like, who actually went out and saw that? If you went out and saw that, I think you are the lowest level of person, because out of everything you could have possibly watched with all the media that's on our planet Earth, you chose that? Right. No, right. That's sad. But I think about leaving the country partially because America's just going down quite the hole right now. But just to get out, see different cultures, to see the world. Who's paying for that? Not my measly little Publix paycheck. But then also, I mean, I've never left the country. I need to get my passport. And I know I have to get my passport. Trust, it is on my to-do list of things I'm going to do soon, hopefully. I don't have any international trips planned, though. You gotta get your fucking passport renewed at some point. I'm just gonna have it sitting there just to have. Sit in my closet and rot away. Like, I don't know. That's how I think about it. I know it takes a minute to actually even get it, but, like, I don't have any international plans tripped at all. And I have no plans of going international outside of me just wanting to move out of the country for a little sparkle pizzazz in my life. I also just think about, like, living in my car and driving around the country, living off my savings. And everyone tells me I'm only going to be able to do that for, like, a couple months before I run out of money completely. I think I could do I mean, if I stay up with, like, saving money and hopefully next year I get, like, a fucking real tax return. I don't know, year prior, I got a really great tax return. This year, the worst fucking tax return I've ever seen in my entire life. Well, other than my first one. When you file a tax for the first time, it sucks. Second time, really good. Third time, terrible. I don't even know how many times. Maybe this is the fourth. I don't know. But compared to last year, it sucked. Get a real tax return next year. Put that into my savings account. I could put a down payment on a house, but I mean, and not a grand down payment. Like, it might be an empty house for a while, because that would be all of my money. But then I think to myself, like, do I want to be strapped down to a house? Like, I see the pros and the cons of, like, oh my god, this chair's, like, it used to not sound that bad. It's kind of old now. So, do with that what you will. But, I see the pros and cons of, like, both. With an apartment, you never really get that investment back. You're constantly renting. It's never yours. You can never make it truly yours. Like, it's always just kind of temporary. I mean, you can live in an apartment for a very long time or whatever, but it's never going to be 100% truly yours. You're never going to get that investment back. With a house, though, now you're responsible for absolutely everything. Every plumbing problem, every electrical issue, you got to get your fucking roof replaced. If a hurricane comes, you're the one doing all the repairs. Like, when you live in an apartment building, like, the company's going to take care of that. They have a maintenance guy, You have more space, though. You get a backyard, but then you got to do yard work, which has always been my biggest thing. I don't do yard work. I really don't. Listen, in Florida heat, you're just not doing yard work like that. A lot of people do. I think those people are crazy, but I am not going out there in that Florida heat and doing yard work like that. Fuck no. But and a house is kind of more expensive than an apartment, but they're really, at the end of the day, kind of just like the same. You're kind of paying the same amount of money. Because with the house, at least if you sell your house, you're going to get your investment back. If you move out of your apartment, you hopefully will get your deposit back. But how much is your fucking deposit? Like, maximum $500. What is up? I mean, okay, I guess it depends on how nice a fucking apartment is. If you're staying in, like, a New York flat on the high rise, I'm sure your deposit's a little bit more money. But, just some of your typical casual apartment, how much actually is your deposit going to be? And that's all you get back. When you sell a house, I mean, you're looking at, especially with today's market, a couple $100,000. Of course, then you got to go buy another house. So, yeah. Oh, because I really don't know how selling a house works. I've never sold a house. So, and I've never looked into selling a house because what house am I going to sell? What house am I buying right now with the money that I have? Yeah, not a lot. I haven't done a lot of research on it because not there yet. So I could be completely wrong on how much you actually get back with a house. I'm positive you don't get back nearly as much as you're actually selling it for. I'm sure it's quite a stark difference, but yeah, I don't know. I think about it all the time. And, oh my God, 42 minutes. Okay, not only do we need to think of an intro, also we need to think of an outro. Which, so far, every podcast episode has ended so quickly because I've, just been, oh, Katie's here, gotta go, bye. I don't even think you hear me say bye, I think it ends that fast. Because also with, whatever this is, voice memo, the pause button is pretty immediate. There is not a half a second delay on that thing. As soon as you think about touching it, it's already off. And then I tried to do a little bit of an outro yesterday, but I didn't even realize, I think, that I had just ended it. So, we're going to have to think of an outro. So, let's think of one right now, before we hit the 45-minute mark. When I was like, I just want to be on here real quick. Quick? God. See, this is what I'm talking about. I talk too fucking much, and I can just talk about everything. With no topic. Mind you, this is a topicless podcast. I can just talk about everything forever. And I feel like I'm not really even saying anything. I just like to hear the sound of my own voice. That's kind of why I have a podcast. Isn't that depressing? I don't really think so. Outro. How should we end it, my party poppers? I don't know, because I don't even really know, what the intro is. What's our fucking intro? Do we have a fandom name? We gotta have a fandom name for all my fans. All of my fans. So many of them. Fans, what are we called, guys? Adam McIntyre got the muckers. Do people do fandom names anymore? Is that a thing? Because now that I'm thinking about it, I don't really know any other YouTube fandom names outside of, like, PewDiePie. PewDiePie had the bros. That was really fucking creative. Jinko Bingo. Am I Jinko and you're the Bingos? Yeah, that's really cool. Katie gave me a suggestion the other day because I was telling her about it. And she was like, the Binkos, and then she said Binkos. And then somehow that turned into me saying Binkers, which kind of sounded like Twinkers, which is kind of sounds exactly like a combination between a twink and a tweaker. And I was like, I'm not calling my fans the Twinkers. That's just not good. I think that sounds a bit, that's like an insult. She was like, I didn't even fucking said that. I didn't even say that. You fucking said that. And I was like, yeah, but when I hear Binkos, I'm just going to think of the Twinkers. So we're not going to be called the Binkos, and we're not going to be called the Twinkers. That's not us. Guys, we're better than that. We can do better than that. I mean, like, my picture thing, which I love my photo. I really do. It's so cringy, so tacky, but I love it so much because, I don't know, it's just kind of like, it's kind of camp. And I love that. And it's, like, kind of nautical theme because Jinko, I always associate my, like, Jinko online persona with, like, an octopus. I don't know why, but I just do. I love octopus. They're my favorite sea creature. I remember I watched this really long, really strange YouTube video back in the day about how octopus are going to be the next, like, primary species on the planet after humans go extinct. They're going to become sentient, or not that they're not already sentient. I mean, they have thoughts. Not complex thoughts, I'm sure, but every living thing, you know, is alive and does feel. But that's how I view the world. The world is alive, and I think in our capitalist society we have neglected the idea of that. But yeah, everything's alive. Everything is real and feels in this beautiful earth that we have. I love octopus. They're so cool. Gotta think of a fandom name. We have to think of a fandom name. People. I say people a lot because my mom says people, and it's like, let's go, people. Come on, people. I don't know. She says it. She hasn't said it nearly as often as she did when I was growing up, but oh my god, all the time. She was addressing the people. The people had to know. And she has like crazy fucking road rage. I drive so much like her, which is funny because she never taught me how to drive because she had too much anxiety about that. My road rage is not nearly as bad. I do get, it's hard not to get road rage in Florida, I will have to admit. Especially when you grow up living here and you don't have like a timid, shy, whatever personality. Road rage, everyone's susceptible to it. It's a pandemic of road rage. Fandom name. God, this episode's so much longer than I want it to be. What time is it? Holy moly, it's totally not time to be doing this. I have so many things I have to do. I need to think of a fandom name, and an intro, and an outro, and I have to get off the chair. See, this is why I don't sit down. That's why I always have to keep moving, because once I go down, it's really difficult for me to go up. When I go down, it's kind of a commitment. It honestly is. That's why I'm constantly standing and constantly moving. Because when I do eventually sit down or lay down, like, I'm not getting back up. I stand all the time. I hate sitting. I do. I hate sitting unless I can truly commit to the sit, if that makes sense. When I go to the bar, I'm not sitting. When I eat, most of the time I'm standing. I'm, like, constantly standing. My mom is like that, too. That's probably where I get it from. That and rocking back and forth. When I stand, I rock back and forth because she does that. Yeah. that's why I am the way I am. It's all thanks to my mother. God, intro. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the podcast. See, I'm going to have to think of it on my own time. I will check back in with you guys once I got it. And when I get it, that's what the next episode is going to be about. So I said I might film tonight, but this episode is so long now that I'm like, this is just a podcast for today. This was a pretty terrible podcast episode. I feel like I haven't really said anything worthwhile or of any importance, which I haven't in any episode so far, but eventually we will get there. It does get better every episode. Spotify Creator has like this option where you can like have a poll thing, and you know, for my millions of fans, maybe we can do a poll. Isn't that so exciting, people? And we can pick our favorite everything fandom name. We can pick out our fandom name. Look at us. Oh, so fucking strange. I love it though. It's weird, but I love it. So yeah, I guess this is the episode for today. Sorry that it kind of blows. We'll come back with an intro and an outro and a fandom name. And yeah, this will probably be, I'm filming this right now on the 20th. We'll probably post it on the 21st just because I've already posted. Well, no, I'll just upload it today because this one's supposed to be like today's episode. And then tomorrow, I'll post tomorrow's episode actually tomorrow. So then we're all caught up because now I can post videos. Yay me. Okay, well, that's it. Bye-bye.